No pre-submitted questions today, so if you got anything, please let us know. Use Q&A, chat, or raise hand, whichever is most convenient for y'all. For those of you that are just joining, we don't have any current questions. So if you got any questions, please let us know. You can ask it in the chat, use the raise hand, or post it in the Q&A. All right, just go ahead, Maria. What you got for us today?
Okay, so I'm having an issue with a step that we used in version 6 that doesn't work in version 8. I was trying to set it up, but of course I accidentally closed the window, so now I don't have it ready. It's cache by type, and it gives us an error message whenever we try to use it.
Cache by type?
I don't know if that's the name of it. I closed the window, so I'm bringing it back up. Yes, so what was happening was someone would open a form to look at it, but not work it for a while. And in order to keep the data, we added a cache step. And that cache step no longer works in version 8. And I want to know if there's an equivalent step, or are we just surely out of luck?
Can you like go to this step and then, like I'm doing on my screen, go to step information and find the flow step type for me?
Sure. Navigate there. Keep trying to move your window. That's not going to work. All right, and cache setup type name is form session info data. The step is called clear cache by type 1.
This, I'm sorry, what's the flow step type is form session info data?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it said type name, and that's what I was looking for. So it's under.
You're looking, if you click on the step and look under step information, the properties.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at cache setup. The step information, the name. Oh, you want the type?
Yeah, any of the information, I'm just looking for some of this information that you see on the right-hand side of my screen right now.
Okay, for flow step type, it says clear cache by type.
Oh, okay. You're clearing cache?
Apparently.
Clear flow step cache. Clear flow step cache. Clear cache, okay, clear ORM entity cache by type.
It doesn't say ORM entity cache.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I need to replace it with that. I don't know.
Could be. And so you see cache setup type name?
Hang on a second, sorry.
Like this is the same step that we're looking at. And you specify like a custom data type here.
Let me get back there. Sorry, I was bringing up the error message. Hopefully that would help you. But cache setup, under cache setup, it says form session data info.
Oh, okay. This is very strange. Maybe that's a custom type.
I'm sorry, form session info data, but you still didn't find it when you put in form session. So
there it is, form session info data. It looks like this.
yes, that is correct.
And you get an error when you run this?
That, yes, the error message that I get says,
This step is only intended for ORM entity caches. Is this what you get?
no, I don't think so. Let me try it again because I did something wrong, of course. Sorry, yes, that is what I get.
So this looks like that's a custom validation that we threw. So we've added like a business rule exception here to this.
Okay.
The reason at some point in between the version you're running and the version we're on, it's telling you I think what it's telling you is that you're only supposed to use this for custom data types. I think that's what this is telling us here. But why you're having to clear form session info feels that just sounds strange. I'm not sure why you would need to do that. So you run this step in case someone opens a form and doesn't complete it.
Yes. So what we're doing is you open a form and it pre-fills your name as the user, as the person who did this, who's certifying that they did the step. So what was happening is someone was opening it, closing it without hitting complete. They were just using the X. And then when they went back to it an hour later, it looked like their name was still in it fine. But as you move through the process, it didn't end up on the final version of the form.
Okay. And that's because they would leave the form open and go away and walk away? Like they would
I think they actually closed it. They closed it and they walked away for at least an hour. Yes, it was a very specific thing. So,
and then they would open the form back up. The value, like their email address would still be populated and they would submit.
Yes, and then there's a secondary version that says, that adds information later, and it should be flowing that through, and it doesn't. If you do that. which is a very specific thing, and we can just tell them to not do that. But this is the solution that someone came up with.
Really?
And it worked until we did the upgrade.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to figure out. I think this is probably going to be like a support ticket.
Okay.
To try to dig in a little bit. It sounds like a kind of wonky solution we might have offered, right? I mean, I guess it was working, but we have, for better or worse, added some validation onto that step to prevent you from using it to clear system default types, I think is what it's doing. So we probably have to dig in and figure out what's going on there.
I'm perfectly happy to disconnect it because I think the person who was doing this no longer does that job. But if it was easy enough to replace it with a new step, then I would have done that. But
right,
it's not that simple. So
yeah, so I don't. It looks like this was intentionally added by the product team. I'm not sure specifically why, and you just replacing it with a new step, I don't think is going to do anything either.
Okay.
So I think either we could open up a support ticket and dig in, or you could, I don't know if you're redesigning the process, route around this step.
I can I can just disconnect it.
Okay.
That's fine.
All righty.
Okay, thank you. Thought I'd ask.
Yeah, you bet. All right, here we go. And then we've got a question here from Sean. I have an HTML issue in which the HTML for certain data is appearing as the raw HTML as opposed to the stylized output I want.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Hi. So so the issue I have is for one of the bits of data I have here. Yeah, for one of the bits of data I have, the way that I would want it to be displayed whenever I go to edit it.
Okay.
I have it like so there's a certain HTML I guess string of HTML that is used in order to display it.
Okay.
But when I think there's something wrong with my HTML, because when I put that into the part that I want to edit, it's just displaying effectively just the raw HTML instead of the
like the rendered HTML.
Yeah, the rendered HTML is, I guess, the better way.
Where are you showing this at to a user? Is this in a decisions form?
This is here, wait, let me exit full screen. This is in a 1 second, pull it up here. Yeah, it is in a it's like a data sort of cell. I'm kind of confused. Would I be able to share my screen? I'm not sure if
just to note, these do get recorded and kept around, so if
here maybe oh wait, no, I can't. I would say if I could I guess send you like a screenshot, but that might not be great. I'm not sure that if that would also work or not, but
well, hang tight. So what are you looking at right now? Does a decisions form?
So it is I'm trying to see what this is. It's a request right now, so I'm looking at a request that was submitted, and when I go to edit one of the requests, how it should appear.
Is there like a pop-up dialog? You right click something or you click an action in the portal and the pop-up shows up for this edit request form?
No, it's just I click on the actual I guess project, and it'll display all the requests that have been made. But then the moment I go to actually Here, if I can try opening, I don't know why it's not opening now. Maybe it's under data here. Yeah, okay. So when I go to try to open the, I guess, request that was made, that's why it's a little hard to try to see it. So
I mean, are you in the decisions portal?
I am in decisions portal, yes.
Are you looking at a decisions report? Are you looking at a report of some things?
It's not necessarily a report because oh wait, actually no, I guess you could say it would be a report. It's like it's a list of, I mean, the best I can describe it's like it's a list of requests effectively that I can go in and look at certain that when I right click on it I can see all my user actions.
One of those
And
user actions is an edit.
one of those yeah, so one of them is like an edit. There's another one that allows me to, I guess, view history of for a certain individual, stuff like that. But when I go to look at the history of a certain individual, that's the part that is having issues. So
when you view that history, it does a pop-up show
it
history? Does it redirect your session to a different page?
it shows the history, but there's two fields for it. One is a date, and then one is effectively I guess like a name, you could say. Or here, if I were to would I be able to, I guess, privately message you the HTML that I have, that you might get a better understanding if
I mean, sure, I guess. But ultimately I'm just like, you're editing a process, right? And you're talking about, there's only a few types of UI element, like categories for us. It's a form, it's a page, it's a report. Like
I believe this would be a let's see. I guess this would be a report, if anything. That I guess that would be. I'm still kind of a little new to decision, obviously, but I'm trying to figure this part out. So this is pretty much what. So that is what the
you're trying to create a table, HTML table.
Yeah.
But what is the table showing in decisions? Like, is it a label? It's a label. It's a text box. It's a rich text display. It's a drop down list. Like, it's got to be showing in something.
It's showing in a like another sort of table. So it's like a table that's kind of like within like another table effectively. Let's see, is it possible that I can, no, I can't. Okay. Do you happen to have an email I can send something to? I just want to provide as much clarity as I can without divulging too much, I suppose.
Will@decisions.com.
Okay. Will, oh. Will, let's see, at decisions.com. And then let's see, come here and then go. Let's see. Yeah, okay. And then I can hit copy there. And then I can come here, there. Tell me, did you get this? I just sent it.
Yeah, okay, so it's a form with a data grid on it. Let's see. Yeah, we don't. I'm not. You're hoping that we would render the table data in that cell, in the employee acknowledged cell.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if
That's not. Yeah, that's the data grid won't work like that. If you want to generate like a custom view, the thing of like a list of data, likely what you should look at is a thing called a data repeater. And that's a custom designed form that you can use. Like if you look at our documentation and look at data repeater, I think you're looking at something that you need a data repeater for.
okay. Data repeater.
Yeah, if you look on my screen, there's creating data repeaters here. And it basically, you can build like a custom report row and then pass a list in, and it will it'll allow you to have like an individual record for each row.
Okay.
I think what you're looking for is a data repeater here, but we don't render HTML in data grids for security reasons.
Right. Right. I see. Okay. Okay. I guess I can try looking into that then. Also, where can I actually see these recordings as well?
These are on YouTube on our support page. So just a moment here. Yeah. Yeah, so on decision support, we've got a playlist here for lunch and learns. 308, look at that. Yeah, so this is, I'll put this on in the chat window here.
Awesome. Here, I'll go ahead and save this as well.
Yeah, if you haven't had the opportunity, my advice would be to get signed up for training. We can we've got a self-paced training program that you can go through. That should help you with a lot of this type of stuff.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. This was like I kind of understand, I guess, the like I guess some of the, I'm still kind of working my way through through some of the basics, but let's see. Wait, HTML component just for view could be easy to save data in JSON. This way you can easily convert it.
Yeah, if you want to display HTML, you could use an HTML display, but you'd have to figure out how to link that to your data grid using like an active form flow or a data flow. So that's another option as well. If you wanted to edit your form to have a data view on the left-hand side and like an HTML display on the right-hand side, you might be able to show your table that way. Then you'd be looking at active form flows to populate the HTML display based on like report row selection, something along those lines.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay, so creating data repeaters, data repeater. Okay. Okay. I will go ahead and try that, and yeah, I'll see if that ends up working. Perfect.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Will. I appreciate it.
You bet. Happy to help. All right. Anybody else have any questions for us today?
Hello, I had a quick question.
Hey, Mona, what you got?
So I have a form and it has a close button, and
Okay.
when you close it, it just like says flow completed. Is there any way to completely like exit out of the screen from the close button? Like what step can I use to do that? Or is it even a possibility?
It's not, for reasons that I'm unclear on. You can use an in form. If you don't want that, dialogue to show, you can use an end form after your form.
I am using the end form, and in the end form, I just have like your request has been submitted successfully, and then I just have a close button that takes to the close path. But whenever like user does, like for example, once they approve the form, the end form pops up, and then they close that, it just says like on the Explorer, what does it say? Flow completed.
But is it the thing you're using? Is it an actual like decisions end form, or is it just the last form in the flow?
It's a decisions end form from the forms. I got it from the templates.
And it's still giving you the flow completed message?
It just gives me the, oh no, it's actually a regular form. Sorry, I just realized I had two of them. So I have to use the end form in order to do that.
Correct. And that'll prevent that pop-up from showing and allow you to close the dialogue, or allow you to close that window.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, you bet. All right, anybody else got anything for us today? All righty. Okay, I think that's everybody. And people started to file out, so we'll go ahead and close it for today. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you.